standoff between SWAT teams and a gunman in the San Bernardino has ended. But a fire in a cabin where he was holed up has made it impossible for police to enter the building and confirm whether or not the body that has been found is the former police officer of Christopher Dorner. Now, he's wanted in connection with the murder of 3 people and has been on the run for nearly a week.
A burned-out mountain cabin near Los Angeles has been surrounded by police following a shootout as they wait to see if the body of an ex-policeman suspected of a killing spree is inside. 2 police officers were earlier shot. One has since died of his injuries. Christopher Dorner has been the subject of a 6-day manhunt following the murders of 3 people. It's alleged he killed them in revenge for being sacked. Around 200 officers laid siege to the cabin after a man answering Dorner's description ran inside. A witness said after shots were fired, the cabin went up in flames.
The shootout between Christopher Dorner and officers chasing him caught on tape. One of those officers was killed. Dorner took refuge in a cabin. It appears he'd spent days in hiding in this mountain community. As police swarmed around the cabin, news helicopters were ordered away and SWAT teams moved in.
The day began with a man fitting Dorner's description, allegedly entering a cabin, tying up 2 women, and then fleeing. One of those women was able to call police and alert them to what had happened. He's then accused of stealing a vehicle, running into police down the road, exchanging gunfire, and then fleeing into a nearby cabin. And it was there that a standoff that lasted hours occurred. 2 sheriff's deputies approached that building. They were fired on. Both of them were hit. One of them, we're told, later died. In the course of the standoff that ensued, the building was set on fire for some 90 minutes, and then police used vehicles in order to tear down the walls. First the outer walls and then the inner walls. They say it was like peeling an onion. Once they got to the final internal walls, police say they heard a lone gunshot, and they believe that was when Christopher Dorner shot himself to death. But they emphasize that they cannot confirm that the man inside was indeed Dorner, and that's because they have not entered the building. And they say if that body is charred from the fire, it could be days and it could be weeks before they can determine who that is.
Law enforcement officers on scene have not been able to enter the cabin. It is too hot, it is still smoldering, and it is not safe for them to enter. I can't tell you at this time when they might be able to enter the cabin. It's a huge crime scene. I anticipate them being there most of the night.
I want to clarify a few things about the incident that occurred in San Bernardino with respect to the shootout and the burning cabin that's been out there. First of all, this is a San Bernardino County Sheriff's investigation. They have the lead on this particular part of the investigation. San Bernardino County Sheriff suffered the loss when their deputies tried to take this individual into custody, and they will be conducting the follow-up investigation into that incident. I'd like to clarify some information that has been put out there, or rather some misinformation that has been put out there. I just got off the phone with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. That cabin is still too hot for anybody to make entry. There has been no body located inside of that cabin. That cabin has not yet been searched because the fire is still too hot as of 5 minutes ago for anybody to go into there. Any reports of a body being found are not true. No body has yet been found in there. Any reports that that body has been identified as Christopher Dorner are not true. No body has been identified and nobody's been located.